Ready to go?
We all set?
All right, all set to go.
Well, we'll get rolling here. The November 14th meeting of the Community Development Block Grant Revolving Loan Committee. We'll start with roll. Matt Schuler is here. Ace Champion. Not here, or at least yet. Alderman Bill Morgan.
Present.
Eli Hicks is excused, and Kathy Pinkfus.
Here.
All right, we're rolling. Let's move to approval of the agenda for the November 14th meeting of the Community Development Block Grant Revolving Loan Committee. I would make a motion to approve the agenda.
I'll second.
So we have a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All right, anyone opposed? Nope. And then we'll go on to approve the minutes of the November 8th, as in last week. Usually we're like, it's something that was like months ago. So I would make a motion to approve the minutes of the November 8th Community Development Block Grant Revolving Loan Committee meeting. Do we have a second?
Second.
We have a first by Matt Schuler and a second by Alderman Bill Morgan. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Nope. So we have approval of the minutes. Let's move on to our one item of regular business today, consideration with possible action on the request by Alwyn Manufacturing for a community development revolving loan fund loan for $225,000. And Wendy, I assume we hand it to you to give us the speech.
Yes. Well, thank you, everybody, for coming in, and welcome, Mr. Fabraki, for representing Alwyn here. So we do have a representative from the company. Siggy Witt is the owner of this company. Unfortunately, he was unable to join us this morning. They have their largest main trade show happens to be this week, and so he's out of town, but we met a couple of times earlier, and we've been in constant communication with them. So we would like to, they have submitted an application for a revolving loan fund. They originally asked for $250,000. They are looking at purchasing equipment for their 1100 West Mason manufacturing plant. We don't have $250,000 available in our revolving loan fund amount. So being the end of the year, we're down to 225, and we did confirm with the owner that 225 would still make the transaction functional for them. So the equipment will be used for a new product line that's being added, and they have submitted a business plan that kind of explains that they'll be purchasing a business in the La Crosse area and moving it to this location. One of the cool things, if you read about their business plan, is that it was founded back in 1907. They hold many patents, including the first one in 1915 for a rolled paper towel holder that dispensed one tissue at a time. Think how we take that for granted now, but somebody had to start with that theory and get that started. So Little Green Bay, Wisconsin, or this area, starting with some of that information. They have a hygiene division, and this new product will be added to their hygiene division. It's a brush type of business offering. They'll be making a capital investment of more than $1 million in equipment in the acquisition. They anticipate to create at least 7 full-time positions, likely more, but this meets the HUD criteria, and 4 will be low to moderate income positions that are offered. We're working with First Bank. We'll be also participating in this transaction with a commitment of around the $500,000. That may change because of our commitment. But the city will be taking a UCC filing on the new equipment as collateral. We're looking at a 10-year amortization on this equipment, and we're looking at a 4% interest rate. The application you'll find is in order. They did send over their financial information, their debt schedules, some projections, and a business plan and the equipment list. I don't have any additional information to share about the background about the information, but if you have questions, I certainly would be able to help with that.
I've got a couple and I don't know if we'll need to open it up.
I'm
for-
thinking we might want to just include. yeah,
Okay,
some
so we just-
information.
I'd make a motion then that we open up the meeting to allow the representatives from Allwyn to speak. I'll make the motion.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? No. Okay, well, welcome, Mr. Paprocki. We're glad you're here. Just a couple questions, and maybe first of all, you could just give us a little bit of background on the piece of equipment to be purchased, the business, market you're looking to enter. The other I had a real quick question on just right off the top is, hey, what's the relationship between Allwyn and Palmer Fixture? Because I wasn't exactly sure when I went through the documents. So if you could just give us a little bit of overview, that would be great.
All right, I guess I'd start with the last one. Palmer Fixture is a brand that we sell our universal dispensers through. It's a distribution, I guess, if you will. We sell a lot to OEMs, but our second channel is through distribution, and we use the Palmer name that was purchased way back in 1907. It's been in existence for a long time, as well as Allwyn. Manufacturing has, and it's recognized in the paper industry as far as dispensers. One of the reasons, or biggest reason for this project, is that our core business obviously has been paper dispensers, but that kind of confines us to a restroom area. We do service the janitorial and sanitary industry to a large extent. This new endeavor of ours with brooms and brushes actually gets us out of that restroom and into more of the supply and cleaning type of products. So that's kind of our strategy, is to move from just being isolated in a restroom area and get into more involved into the janitorial supplies. So we have a vice president of sales and marketing that just so happened to have at a larger company in his previous employment dealt strictly with the janitorial supply area. So we feel we have a lot of experience in that sales area. We are in the process of purchasing this company in the La Crosse area that's brooms and brushes, partly just to get us some more experience and credibility within the industry. We have on order a broom and brush making machine that's being manufactured in Italy that should be shipped by the end of the year here. That will get us into our self-manufacture rather than a buy-sell situation with this too, because we'd prefer to manufacture our own. I said that machine itself is around $600,000, just the one machine. And we are looking at adding some other machines to do some injection molding of the heads of the brushes and brooms. And this machine actually would put or staple the filament or the bristle and trim it to various sizes and lengths. So that's kind of what that machine does, and not very basic, because I'm not a technical person by no means, but that, for me, that's understandable, is that it will staple the filaments or the bristles, and then it will also cut it to desired length.
I'm gonna just share this document real quick. The equipment list did come in, after we had posted it.
Okay.
Let me give you this quick information, and it's in euros, and he converted it to polite, kind enough to polite everything to US dollars.
So that Mr. Paprocki, do the customer relationships for this new product line, is it the same customers you're already selling to, or is it a new channel that you're going out to?
It would be the existing customer. The Palmer, the earlier question, Palmer Fixture, our distribution, we go through nationwide. We go through sales reps and distributors throughout the country that basically deal with janitorial type things. And we do about 800 to 1,000 customers, small, medium size, mom and pop shops throughout the country. So yes, the brooms and brushes are something they buy already.
Got it. And then what becomes unique in the marketplace about the new brushes and brooms that you'd be producing versus who's already out there competing?
I think the biggest reason is we've had customers asking us to get into the market, some larger customers of ours. Apparently the other who's currently servicing that segment or market channel is not doing a very good job as far as quality or timeliness. We do offer a 24 to 48 hour turnaround, which has been a very good selling niche for us. Basically, I think that it's self-manufacture, which gives us a lower price, and the to market or service to the industry in 24 to 48 hours. Those are probably the two biggest things that are advantageous to us. Hello?
Well, we're here, I was taking some notes, thank you.
Oh, okay.
And for the company, why are you looking to enter this new, market or channel?
It's mostly for growth. We're looking to other ways to grow the business. Obviously, dispensers have been a good forte for us over the years. It's very capital intensive. But like I was saying earlier, it's a way to grow outside of the restroom and into the more janitorial Jan-San market. One of the things too is that it would be difficult, or was difficult for us to just add certain items, where this way it's a broader line, it's a full line that we'd be offering. So it actually makes us more of a player in, if you will, in the Jan-San industry, at least in some regards.
Okay. And Kathy or Bill, did you have questions?
The only question that I had was, you talked about buying a company over in La Crosse.
Correct.
So buying this machine now isn't contingent on purchasing of that company. They're just going to complement each other, correct?
Correct. Yes.
Okay. All right.
And
Thank you.
And where will the manufacturing be done?
Here in Green Bay.
All be done in Green Bay.
Well, if you're asking the company in La Crosse, the intent, and the seller knows this, is that our desire is to move that any of that business here to Green Bay as well.
Sounds nice to me.
Yeah, Mr. would confirm that it would go into the West Basin Street.
Yes.
Any other questions? And I did have one. Assuming this piece of equipment is coming around end of year, January, whenever, how long will it take to install, set up, get it running such that you're entering the market with this new product?
It would be in weeks. We are sending a team of people to go here in November later to sample test and be trained on the machine. From what we understand, we also have all the electrical and everything's laid out to receive it. So basically it's uncrate it and set it in place and start it. Of course, we cross our fingers there's no issues, but you never know. But it's just we're thinking a couple of weeks once it's delivered.
Any other questions, Bill or Kathy? If not, we can return to regular order.
None for me.
Anything else that we should know, Mr. Paprocki?
No, we'd be very appreciative if we could get this revolving loan. That would be outstanding. But like I said, we've already pretty much are committed to doing this project. So this would just kind of be a nice, helpful thing for us to get this going.
Oh, I know I did have one more before we return to regular order. So the motion that's kind of before us then is a $225,000 loan, 4% interest, 10-year amortization on that loan. Will that work for you?
Absolutely.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure before we returned and all of a sudden we were debating something.
No, that will help a lot.
Okay. I would make the motion then that we return to regular business.
Second.
So we have a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? No, okay, we're returning to regular order of business. Any questions, comments, anything to discuss here amongst the committee before a motion is made?
Sounds to me like it's something that'd be good for the city. It's gonna create a few more jobs, and we always want to have Green Bay known for more than just the Packers, so this sounds like a good idea to me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
any manufacturing we can bring back is awesome.
Yeah.
And paper and Green Bay do kind of go together.
They do.
Yes.
Long running history there. No, and it's great because I know the company has, you've not been in that West Mason location for a long time. So adding some new lines of business and growing that sounds great to us. So I'd certainly be willing to make the motion to approve the $225,000 loan, 4% interest, 10-year amortization, a UCC filing on the equipment. Were there other guarantees that we had on this?
Personal guarantee.
Personal guarantee, and I'm assuming we're a second behind First Business Bank on this? Okay. So with that, then I would make
We'll also need to create some positions,
Oh.
seven full-time.
the creation of 7 new full-time positions, of which 4 at least would be for low to moderate income.
Mhm.
So there we have a motion. Do we have a second?
I second that.
So we have a motion and a second. Any questions or comments before we vote? No, I would, all those in favor then say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Nope. The motion has been approved. Congratulations. To Alwyn, and certainly excited for you guys to bring in the equipment and expand your business, hopefully grow lots. And add even more jobs that are here in the application would be great.
I think we can accomplish that. I appreciate your support and thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. And that's it. That's all
Good
we
luck.
have for today, right? Okay. I would make a motion then that we adjourn for today.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
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 All right, we are done. Thanks, Kathy.
No problem.